Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve? As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck I'll be using, the clarification deck, and the advice deck that I'll be pulling from to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Libra, let's jump on in. In your past energy year, you have stepped out of your comfort zone with the Emperor in reverse. I feel as if there is some situation that kind of you were forced out of your comfort zone in some way. And I feel like this situation, it made you feel very powerless. Not that you were or are, that you're weak or anything like that, but it made you feel, because the Emperor in reverse, like, yes, can be an energy of control, but we typically search for control when we feel that we have none. You know, when we feel very powerless, we search for control to bring us back to a place of feeling safe in a way. So I feel like something happened here to kind of push you to this energy of feeling very powerless. Now, in your current energy, you have the answers you need are coming with the Fool. So right now, I feel like you're headed towards a new beginning, but I feel like with where your energy is at currently, maybe you feel a little bit lost because this answers you need are coming card is an indication that you're not sure where to go from here, what's going to happen, what the right move is, if you're going to be okay, things of that nature, which I can tell you, you are. I just feel like you're kind of in this period of stepping back into your power in a way. Because then in your immediate future, this is such positive energy. You have luck is on your side with the Wheel of Fortune, which both of these cards are kind of like, yes, luck for sure, but I also feel as if it's kind of like the universe moving things in your favor. Things working out for your highest good in ways that you might not fully expect. The overall theme of this reading is empowerment, and that's why I really feel like this is about like finding your power again or stepping into your power more than you ever really have, which then in turn creates this wheel turning in your favor. I don't know. I feel like the universe is always trying to move things in our favor, but our ability to tap into that is going to directly determine our ability to experience that. So let's start here, Libra, with this past energy. You have stepped out of your comfort zone with the Emperor in reverse. This is for Libra's past energy. What does Libra need to know about their past energy? Sun in reverse. Hangman in reverse. Oh gosh. Okay. So I feel like the Sun in reverse is this energy of kind of lacking joy, lacking the light, feeling maybe a little bit in the dark, feeling, again, this very much feels like this energy of feeling lost. And this Hangman in reverse is this energy of really holding on to the experience of what you're in, even though you know you weren't happy in that situation. Now, our ego tends to prefer control. Its goal is control. It tends to prefer what's predictable. So it wants what it can predict, even if it's not what's best for you. So if you're in situations that you're not happy, you know that these things aren't meant for you, but you're afraid of the change associated with maybe making a better decision for yourself, we'll actually choose to stay in those situations, even though it's not actually what's best for us, because our ego prefers that predictability. And when we do that, the universe will always come through and push you in some way to get you to move. And I feel like that's kind of what happened here. It's like you were in certain situations, but you weren't fulfilled. There's this lack of joy, lack of light. but you were like, well, I don't really want to change, or I don't want things to be different because this is what I'm used to. Like, I'm comfortable here, or this is predictable. Like, it's easier to stay, or it's easier to, keep trying, even though that wasn't what was best for you in the end. Which I feel is why you were kind of pushed outside of your comfort zone here. What else does Libra need to know about this past energy? Gosh, King of Wands in reverse, Nine of Pentacles. See, and this is what's interesting, is you have this Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like you have this dream, this desire. I don't know if it's of a certain aspect of your life, or if it's like an idea that you have for your life in general. Like this Nine of Pentacles, but there's no action toward it. It's almost like this is 100% the energy of settling. Settling for where you're not happy or not fulfilled, but in some way it felt safer. But it wasn't as good as it could get for you, which I feel is why the universe really pushed you to move. Now, this powerless energy is interesting because maybe it felt like you had no choice. Like this Nine of Pentacles felt like a dream. It was like this would be too good to be true. There's no way I could ever have this. There's no way my life could ever look like that, or that I could ever be successful in that way, or whatever the case is. What else does Libra need to know about this past energy? Page of Wands and the Empress. Magician in reverse. So, here you are as the Empress here. And then here's the page. This Page of Wands is really interesting. It's almost like this energy of doing what you're supposed to, or what you've been told you're supposed to, but not what you want to. Like doing what you have to. Doing what you feel obligated to do. Staying where you feel obligated, but not where you want to be. And the Magician in reverse is this energy of doubting that you could ever have these things that you want, right? Which we just saw with the Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like, I don't know if there was staying out of obligation, or staying because you believed you had no choice, or continuing to invest. I don't know what this is. But that's where that powerless energy comes from, is it feels like you have no choice. There's no solution. But I feel like that's what this reading is about with this empowerment card. This luck is on your side, Wheel of Fortune, is like you do have answers. There are solutions. Interesting. Okay. Okay, current energy for Libra. Answers you need are coming with the Fool. What does Libra need to know about their current energy? One more. There's a strength with the Six of Swords. So you are moving forward from this. And this is very much an energy of stepping into your power. Finding this inner confidence, finding this faith, whether it's in yourself, in the universe. I like this energy for you. But I still feel like you're feeling a little lost. Feeling a little unsure. Well, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what the right move is. And I feel like that's going to appear, right? With the answers you need are coming. I feel like the answers that you need are going to appear when you need them. This is about just knowing that you are capable and deserving of more than what you've been accepting. And knowing that you don't have to stay in places where you're unhappy or unfulfilled, out of obligation. You don't have to do that. there are other options, there are other solutions. And I feel like maybe that's what this energy is about for you, is like stepping into that realization of being like, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to settle for this. I don't have to like put up with this, or I can want more for myself. I can dream. I can be excited about the future. What else does Libra need to know about their current energy? Oh, but there it is. King of Cups in reverse with the Nine of Swords. So you're fighting against... Okay, King of Cups in reverse is kind of this energy of like the voices of people that like haven't believed in you or didn't love you well. Like taking on those voices for yourself. You know, the voice in our head is typically the voice that we've acquired through the way that we were spoken to when we were children. And that same thing can be said about throughout our life. You know, when we're in relationships and we experience deep connections with people and they don't treat us well or they don't speak to you kindly, like you're going to take on the voice of those people. And right now I feel like you have a lot of anxiety about where you're moving, where you're headed, where you're going, because it's like you're fighting against these beliefs that people have about you. These beliefs that you're not good enough, that you can't get there, that you can't do it. It's like it's almost like you're like kind of fighting with your past self in a way. Yeah. But it's interesting because I feel like your past self, you don't need to fight that version of you. I don't know. It's deep though, for sure. But I do feel like there's a lot of anxiety about where you're headed, for sure. Where am I heading? What's going to happen? And I feel like, you know, that's part of kind of being out of your comfort zone, right? Is your ego stays in your comfort zone because it prefers the predictability. It hates the unknown because it hates that lack of predictability. So not having all of the answers and feeling a little bit lost, confused, overwhelmed, like that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, those periods where we are feeling that way is where we really allow ourselves to tap into that deeper confidence within ourselves, that deeper faith of being like, okay, I don't know what the hell's happening. I don't know where I'm going, but I know the universe has my back. Or I'm believing that the universe has my back. I'm believing that the universe is guiding me and is supporting me, which I feel like is such an obvious thing here with this future energy. Interesting. Current energy for Libra. Because it's almost like you're due for a new beginning in a way, but you're resisting the change. The change is what's scary. The Death in reverse, the Temperance in reverse, you're frustrated that you're not there yet. Well, of course you're not there yet. You just started the journey. You're frustrated that you're not there yet, but change takes time. And I do feel like you're kind of going from, you know, what isn't meant for you to stepping into what is, or letting go of what doesn't serve you so you can make room for what is. And like that process, it takes time, and it takes, you know, kind of committing to the potential of what could happen in a positive way, despite the unknown, despite not knowing how things are going to happen, when they're going to happen, what it's going to look like, because that's how we manifest. That's how we create. It's showing up for the life that we wish to create when it hasn't even shown up yet. But I feel like this is very much about like keeping the faith and believing in your power, like your own personal power, because you do have power. Your power comes from how much you believe you're worthy and deserving, how much you trust yourself, how much you trust the universe. That's where your power lies. So doubt it. If you're doubting right now, like, that's normal. That's understandable. That's part of the journey. But it's like kind of surrender to the change here, because the change is actually taking you to really good places. It's not happening on your timeline, and it might not happen exactly how you want it to happen, but it doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It just means it's not going to go exactly how you have planned. What does Libra need to know moving forward? Luck is on your side with the Wheel of Fortune. can Libra expect moving forward? What can Libra I want clarity on the Six of Cups. Clarifying the Six of Cups for Libra's immediate future. The Hierophant. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. Okay, this is kind of a complicated one to put into words. So, the Six of Cups is obviously, it's like past, nostalgia. Then you have this Hierophant. It's like deeper wisdom, new perspective. And it's interesting because in some way, these two energies are kind of conflicting. You know, like, if you view things through the lens of your past, you're always going to expect what you've experienced. But if you view things through the lens of your new perspective, you can create a new reality because our perspective is everything. But the problem is we're always fighting with the perspective of what we've experienced, what we've been through. So the perspective of our trauma, our insecurities, the perspective of our experience. And if we look at our future through the lens of what we've been through, we're never going to be able to exceed the limits of what we've experienced because we're always going to see our life in that bubble of like our experience. So as we grow and we heal and we're on a spiritual journey, we take on a new wisdom, right? A new perspective. And especially in kind of the spiritual community, that might be the perspective of manifestation and the universe has my back and I am very powerful. Well, as you move forward, you need to understand that both of those versions of you are always going to exist. There's going to be the version of you that's going to doubt you, that's going to always question whether or not you're lovable or deserving or good enough. That part of you is always going to exist, but you don't have to listen to it. You can actually choose to listen to the part of you that knows that you're lovable and deserving and supported by the universe. You can choose to believe in the possibility of good things. So in those moments where you're experiencing the doubt, the fear, the insecurity, and you choose to believe in the power that you hold, those are actually the moments that you are spinning that wheel in your favor. Our life is a reflection about what we believe and how we act on those beliefs. So and that's kind of the dichotomy of existence. Like you're going to have the dark, you're going to have the light. You're going to have the fear, you're going to have the faith. Like you're always going to carry both. Both are going to exist within you. Both are part of who you are. But you don't need to let what you've been through determine who you become. You can actually decide for yourself who you want to be in the life that you wish to create. But you have to step into a new way of thinking and believing in order to create that, which is going to go against what you've been taught or what you have, thought and believed because of what you've experienced. So, and this is kind of, I feel like, the plot twist of the reading is it's not like, oh, all of a sudden you're really lucky, like everything's going to work out because you're blessed and the universe. Sure, you are, and the universe does have your back, but you are the luck. You create the luck by how much you believe in your own power. When you walk around saying nothing ever works out for me, I always fail, I always get left, I'm always alone, I'm always broke, I'm blah, 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 you are furthering the beliefs of your experience. And you are taking what you've experienced and you are saying, this is it for me. This is all I can have. I've spent 30, 40, 50 years in this reality. That must be as good as it gets. And no one can blame you for that, right? You spend a long time in a certain reality. You're never going to think that anything better can ever happen for you. But this reading is literally the universe saying that it can. But the extent to which you can experience positive things happening for you is going to be directly correlated to the extent that you believe that they can. That you are deserving and capable and lovable and that you show up in that way. So understand that it's not easy because we all have a past. We all have a history. Okay? And that history has been how you've acquired beliefs. Beliefs of what's possible for you, what you can have, what you can experience. But you are not limited to a life that is reflected by what you've experienced. You are only limited in your existence and what you can experience to the extent in which you limit yourself. And I know that sounds really cheesy, okay? And it's not me saying that like, this is easy stuff, okay? But the more that we get in tune with what we've learned to believe because of what we've been through, the more that we can become aware of those beliefs, because awareness is the first step. You have to become aware at how you limit your own life and what's possible for you. And a lot of it is in the self-talk. And the things you say when you're talking about yourself to other people or when you look at yourself in the mirror. The ways that you speak to yourself about your future. You're so stupid. This is never going to happen for you. You are not deserving of love. Look at all this proof that you have. Those are the ways that you have limited your life because of what you've been through. Okay, so I'm not saying it's your fault. Okay, it's natural and human. But you don't have to become what you've been through. You are in this period of recognizing your own power and getting to decide that you can experience more. You don't have to settle. You don't have to get your heart broken over and over again. You don't have to struggle financially for your whole life. You are not fated to that experience. That is a cycle, and there's something that's needing to learn. You're needing to learn from that, a way that you're needing to grow, something that's asking to be healed. But that is not all that you can experience. So this really is about believing in your own power. And that message was hard. I know it seemed lengthy, but it was hard to really put into words, but I really like it. I like it. I feel like I think it's very important. Like, you are the luck. You are your own luck. It's you. You are the magic. It's been you the whole time. All right, what else does Libra need to know moving forward? There it is, limiting beliefs. 8 of Swords. This is you breaking out of those. Actually, I feel like this in reverse, right? Yeah, because there's a Tower. And I feel like everything that you've been going through has been helping you break out. This right here, this is my favorite card in tarot. And for a while, it was actually on my vision board. Because this is breaking out of the beliefs that you have acquired throughout your experience that has limited what you think is possible for you. You go through breakup after breakup after breakup, you're going to go, I'm destined to be alone. You struggle financially your whole life, you're going to say, I'm destined to struggle financially. None of those things are true. It's just that you're looking at your past as proof of what's possible instead of looking at what you've been through as a reflection of what you believe. So I think that, if you're waiting, you've been spending your time waiting for the magic to happen, waiting for your luck to change, waiting for this magical, wonderful event to take place in your life. You will be waiting a very long time, because this isn't about waiting. This is about becoming. You are not waiting on someone to value you. You are valuing yourself. You are not waiting on solutions to find you. You are finding solutions. You are not letting life happen to you. You are happening to life. It's like, it's so hard to put it into words, but it's powerful. It's like recognizing that you have had this power inside of you this whole time to create this life that you desire and deserve. The only reason you haven't created that life is because you haven't believed in that power. You are so much more powerful than you think that you are. So much more powerful. All right, what does Libra need to know moving forward? Last card for Libra's immediate future. You are the luck. You are the only one who can change your life. You are the only, if anybody is going to come around, make your life better, that person is going to be you. You have the support of the universe. You have all the tools that you need. You have everything, okay? But you are the only person who can do that. And you deserve to. What does Libra need to know moving forward? Four of Wands and Ten of Wands in reverse. Libra, you have been carrying around so much for so long. The trauma, the pain, the fear. You've been carrying it around. And it's time to put it down. Because the more that you've carried it, the more you've believed it. You've believed that voice in your head that said, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be successful. You're never going to get to live the life that you want. You've believed that voice, understandably so. Remember, we talked about how you're fighting against the voice of people who have told you these things, okay? Whether through their words directly or through their actions. So this isn't your fault. This isn't me saying, because your trauma is not your fault. What you have been through and the things that you have, the beliefs and everything that you've acquired because of those things, that is not your fault. But your healing is your responsibility. And you are the only person that can bring healing, peace, joy, and happiness into your life. You have the support of the universe, but the power lies within you. And this Four of Wands is like the foundation. We can't live our life through the lens of our past, or we will consistently recreate it. This Four of Wands or the Ten of Wands in reverse is talking about putting down the burdens that you've been carrying, putting down the fears, the trauma, the insecurities, all those things, okay? That comes with healing, that comes with processing, that comes with feeling, that comes with the doing the work, okay? As you put that down, you are actively creating a better foundation for your future. So, I get a lot of comments. I'll have people say, oh, I'm 60 something years old and I've been miserable my whole life. There's no way that things are ever going to be better. And of course you can't blame people. Okay. I'm not saying that I blame anyone who comments these things or who believes these things, because of course anyone who has struggled for a really long time is going to believe that they are going to continue to struggle. But what if you didn't have to anymore? What if you could have that dream job? What if you could be financially free? What if you could find the love of your life? What if these things are actually possible? How would you move? What decisions would you make? How would you ask for guidance? How would you follow that guidance? Because if you believed that the things that you desire were possible because you've spent a lot of time not believing them, which is why I feel like you've been settling for things that don't really make you happy, don't really bring you a lot of peace, I think that this is about understanding that, you don't have to settle. You don't have to choose less than what you deserve. You don't have to stay in places that don't value you. You don't have to stay in places where you're unhappy. You don't have to. You have the power. This is the coolest thing about being a human, and it sounds so simple, but it's so true. The coolest thing about being a human is you have an abundance of choices, and at any moment, you get to decide to choose differently. You get to decide, I don't like this job, I want a different job. I don't like this relationship, I need to find something better. I need to treat myself better. You get to choose at any moment to do those things. We're just afraid of it. We're afraid to do so because of the unknown associated with those changes and choices, which is why most people are living a life that they don't really like. They tell themselves they like it over and over and over and over again because it makes them feel safe being in that bubble, right? But this is you breaking out of the bubble of what you've experienced to create a life that is better than what you even think that you can have. Okay. I was a little confused at the beginning, but I feel like we really tied it all together. This one message really tied everything together. Okay, we are going to hop on over to the extended. The extended is focusing on what you can do to move forward in alignment with your higher self. This is what you need to know. This is what you can do. Thank you so much, Libra, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with someone out there. And as always, Libra, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Libra.